Think back just a few years. You'd sit down at a restaurant, a real physical menu lands in your hands, and then bam, almost overnight, they were just gone, replaced by that little black and white square on the table. QR code menus, they went from this pandemic novelty to, well, a permanent fixture. And in the process, they've created this huge divide. So let's break down what's going on here with this great QR code divide.
And that brings us right to the heart of the matter, doesn't it? For the restaurants, are these little codes a totally brilliant business strategy? A secret weapon for boosting profits and efficiency? Or for us, the people actually eating there, are they just a dining disaster, turning a nice meal out into a frustrating chore?
I mean, just look at the two sides of the coin here. From the restaurant's point of view, QR codes are a complete game changer. We're talking more revenue, better efficiency, and a ton of customer data. But from our side of the table, it can feel super impersonal, it's hard to read on a phone, and honestly, it feels like a chore you have to do before you're even allowed to order food. These two perspectives could not be further apart. All right, so let's step into the restaurant owner's shoes for a minute. Why did they jump on this technology so fast and so hard? I'll tell you, it's about a lot more than just saving a few bucks on printing. This is about fundamentally changing the economics of how a restaurant runs. Okay, here's the hard data. A huge study from Wharton found that putting tech like QR systems on the table increases the average bill by almost 3%. Now, that might not sound like a crazy number, but think about it. Over thousands of customers a year, that is a massive, massive boost to the bottom line.
And it doesn't stop there. That same study, it found that meals were nearly 10% shorter. And why is that? Well, it's simple. You're not waiting around for a server to bring a menu or take your order or run your credit card. For the restaurant, that means they can turn tables over faster, which means they can serve more people every single night. That's pure revenue potential.
And check this out. This chart from the study shows that customers who were comfortable enough to pay right there on the tabletop device ended up spending over 8% more than people who didn't. It kind of suggests that the tech-savvy customers, the ones who really engage with the system, are also the ones who are spending more money. But it's not all just about speed and how much people spend. Think about how nimble this makes a restaurant. A chef can instantly 86, that's restaurant speak for getting rid of, an item that's sold out. Or they can change prices across 30 locations from a single computer. It's obviously better for the environment, less paper, and this is the big one, it provides data. For the first time ever, owners can see what you looked at but didn't order, helping them build better menus and send you targeted promotions. Okay, so the business case is pretty solid, no denying that. But that's only half the story. Now we've got to pivot to the other side of the table where, frankly, there's a full-blown customer revolt happening. So why do so many of us seem to absolutely hate these little squares?
This number is it's staggering. A survey by Technomomic found that a whopping 88% of diners would rather have an old-school paper menu. And get this, that's not just some small group of people who don't like tech. It's a huge majority, and it even includes 86% of super tech-savvy Gen Z. The preference for paper is nearly universal.
I love this quote from a restaurant owner over on Reddit because it just captures the emotion of the backlash so perfectly. It's not just a mild preference for some people. Being forced to use a QR code is a genuinely negative experience. It, quote, weirdly triggers people. So what are the actual complaints? Well, 57% of diners say it just feels like a chore they have to do. 55% find it's genuinely hard to read and browse a whole menu on a tiny phone screen. Half say it flat out cheapens the whole dining experience. And that's not even getting into the bigger issues like, what if your phone is dead? What if the internet is bad? And where is all my data going? And for some people, this isn't just a small annoyance, it is an absolute deal breaker. This comment from a diner says it all. They have literally gotten up and walked out of restaurants that don't offer a physical menu. And that shows you, right there, that ignoring how customers feel about this comes with a very, very real business risk. So here we are with this huge conflict. Businesses love them, customers seem to hate them. But is the QR code itself really the enemy here? All the evidence points to no. The real problem isn't the technology, it's how it's being used. It is all about the execution. This brings us to what I think is the main villain of this whole story, the PDF menu trap. This is where most of the frustration comes from. It's when a restaurant takes the laziest possible route and just links that QR code to a clunky PDF of their paper menu.
You know the drill. It loads slow, you've got to pinch and zoom a million times. It's just a terrible, terrible user experience. Just look at the difference. On the left, you've got the wrong way, that slow, zoom-heavy PDF. It's a total dead end. But on the right, you have a true digital menu, one that was actually designed for your phone. It loads in a second, it's easy to scroll, you can see pictures of the food, filter by what you're allergic to, and see what's sold out right now. The difference between these two experiences is, well, it's night and day. So what does a great experience actually look like? Well, here are the key signs. It has to load in under 3 seconds, period. It needs to be designed for one-handed thumb scrolling. It should let you easily filter for things like gluten-free or vegan options. It absolutely must be updated in real time. And this is critical. It needs to be accessible for everyone, meaning it works with things like screen readers for people with disabilities.
So, when you look at both sides of this whole debate, the big takeaway is actually pretty simple. The whole point of technology in a restaurant should be to enhance the feeling of hospitality, to make it smoother, better, more enjoyable. It should never, ever feel like it's replacing the human element that makes going out to eat so special in the first place.
And really, that leaves us with a much bigger question for the future. I mean, the QR code is just the tip of the iceberg. As AI-powered ordering, voice assistants, and all sorts of automation start showing up in restaurants, the real challenge for the whole industry is going to be this. How do you find that perfect balance between all this slick, new efficiency and that warm, human touch that actually makes the meal memorable? Finding the right mix? Well, that's the billion-dollar question.